Hi, Phil Aston here from Now Spinning Magazine with another album review, and this time it is The Darkness and Dreams on Toast. This album has already been in and out the charts. It got to number 2. It's their 8th album. It's been an absolutely stupendous success for the band, and I'm quite late in talking about it. I could have put it in my review show, but I've decided to do an isolated review all on its own. I saw The Darkness first of all, supporting Deep Purple and Lynyrd Skynyrd back in the early 90s on their Permission to Land tour. And I remember looking around then at the audience, and some people thinking, is this serious? Is this a joke? Is this for real? And even Justin looking around himself, looking at the audience, thinking, when will these other bands eventually shift out of the way to let the new wave of rock and roll through? All these years later, I think that as a lot of those elder statesmen of rock are now reaching retirement, and The Darkness have continued to do their craft and create great rock and roll albums. And this one, I think, is one of my favorites. It really is. And I've picked this. This is the second time I've tried to review it, to be honest. And the first time I did it, it was a dark, rainy day, and it was perfect for that because it was like a ray of sunshine in the room. And since then, I managed to catch a cold, which kind of set me off and not being able to finish it. And now when I record this review, the second time, it's a brilliantly sunny and hot day. And this album is perfect for that as well. But the real thing that this album has been perfect for is an antidote to what the news is like and what my social media feeds are like. It is just perfect for that. And I'm being serious here. This is an album of light and shade, of joyous rock and roll music, fantastic choruses, fantastic playing, and wonderful songs. I like music that lifts my soul and my spirit and makes me feel great. And this is one of those albums that just makes me smile all the way through. Lyrically, it is really observant, it's funny, it's intuitive, and one of my favourite bands is Cats in Space, another British rock band. And the Deccan Traps and Son of Man. There's lots of good new rock music out there, and I think there's a new audience now that's tapping into guitar-driven rock music. This album, it's short and sweet, and there's also a CD, which is a great value package. 2 edition with lots of extra tracks in, which I've had all on order for ages. And that was another reason I've delayed doing the review, because I was hoping to show you that as well. But it's still about a month out of arriving here at Now Spinning Magazine Towers. This album starts with a track. Oh, for those of you who want to know what it's on orange vinyl. It's from Cooking Vinyl. They use orange a lot, I think, at that label. Rock and roll, party cowboy. What have I put in? I put in my notes here. It's a great riff, and it's the kind of riff that starts, and just like proper rock music does, the riff starts to set the scene, but we don't want to not use it properly. We want to give it time for the drums to come on, a few drum rolls and a few different things going on, but we're not going to actually come in behind it just yet. We want to really build up some momentum and anticipation before we actually all join in as a band behind it. This track does all of that. It builds up to a great song. It's great old school rock and roll. It's a bit like, it reminds me a bit, does anyone remember Zodiac Mind Warp from the, could have been the early 90s, wasn't it? It's got that kind of feel to it. The guitars are huge, absolutely fantastic production. It's a great chorus, fantastic lyrics as well. I mean, all of us will have met somebody like this. Leather jacket, no sleeves, Harley Davidson, yes please, Zippo lighter, Marlboro Reds, Jack Daniels, big party, spiderweb tattoos, sewn on patches, lots of booze, ponytail, bandana, snakebite, big party. We all know that guy, don't we? Some of us may have been that guy. Electric guitars, bad boys, hey, where's the ladies at? Bring the noise, heavy metal, hard rock, soft rock, big party, loaded six string on my back, Marshall stack, double jack, ripped jeans, aviators, raise some hell, see you laters. Yep, I've met that guy several times. I might have even tried to be that guy several times. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, and the guitar solos. There's two solos in this after the chorus. The higher falsetto that Justin does so well is used more kind of with measure on this album, but it works so well. And towards the end, as we just boogie out with great rock and roll solos, you know, the double bends, the distortion, done. The next track is called I Hate Myself. It's very fast, almost Quo, but really fast Quo. Great boogie, very Queen style chorus. It's fast falsetto vocals on the chorus as well. Another great guitar solo. I'll mention the band Queen a lot, obviously because of Justin's kind of exuberant vocals that have always been in that, but also the way some of the songs are written. Obviously they wear their influences on their sleeve, but they have extra reason, I guess, to do that, because Rufus Taylor has been with the band since 2015, and of course he is Roger Taylor's son, actually from Queen as well. Hot on My Tail is the next track in. This is a kind of folky, strummy song. The lyrically, it's a bit like some kind of folk horror film, like The Cabin. It's this feeling that someone's being kind of pursued by something dark and menacing. It's a great song. And that's what I like about the music is different. It's exciting. It's not obvious. Lyrically, it's great. It's absolutely fab. Now the next one, Morbid Dread. I wake up so early, the sun has just set. But I've got the wrong one. I woke up so early, the sun has only just set. I wake up in a middle-aged body, to the toilet I must get. You see, this is the thing now. See, us rock and rollers were kind of at an age where people are writing lyrics where a lot of us go, oh, yes, I identify with that. But it is a great song, very observational. And this is the other thing I feel lyrically about The Darkness. It's fun. And you can relate to it. That's why there's also, to me, a Cats in Space element to it, because they also, Greg writes lyrics that wherever you are in your kind of journey through life, you can kind of tap into this. And I like the way that The Darkness have kind of expanded as they've carried on. And they are still creating such wonderful albums like this one. Now, Morbid Dread, the one I'm talking about now, this song is one of my favorites off the album. And yes, it does tap into another band that I absolutely adore, and it's AC/DC. This has got that typical AC/DC Power Age type riff. It's got a great chorus, a great kind of gang shouted chorus with Justin coming in with a higher voice over the top. It's just great, fantastic. And of course, the other thing about the Darkness that I really like is that you could easily think that you're going to know exactly what the songs are going to do. And we live in an age of streaming where some people will maybe stream the first 30 seconds and then go, oh yeah, I got that. But you haven't. Because this happens quite a lot on this album where you think, I know this is going to do. But if you listen to it like the old days on a vinyl album, you realize that later on after the second chorus, it drops back. There's different instrumentation, there's a different feel, and it goes in a different direction. And this track does that. And it's just so joyous. A great listen. Fantastic song. What do we have next? Track number 5, Don't Need Sunshine. This is a piano-driven ballad. And I said just a few moments ago that I'm doing this review now on a very sunny day. It's the perfect summer feel-good song. It's a lovely chorus, wonderful melodies. It's a great track. And what I like about the album is the fact that it does have so much light and shade on it. It does have these really hard driving rock songs that really lift you up and make you want to punch the air and play your air guitar and get it turned up to 11. But it equally has these more emotive, reflective songs as well, which work excellently, if that's a word. The next one is number 6, which is called The Longest Kiss. This is very Queen orientated, the piano led, but it also sounds like the Electric Light Orchestra in places as well, which is again while it reminds me of the Cats in Space, because there are overlapping circles of influence here in many ways. The second chorus is great guitar solo as well, just superb. The next one, 7, it's not called 7, it's the 7th track, The Battle for Gadget Land. This is one of my favorites, and this is incredible. It's got a really fast guitar riff, really heavy metal driven riff, but equally it's like the Buzzcocks. It's very punk orientated as well. The chorus is just immense. It's epic. I like the way I can't do this because it's everything to do with electricity. Is what Justin says, how he pronounces this. There's a kind of rap bit where there's like Justin talks in his best posh Justin Rides Again type voice from his podcast. There's fantastic guitar solos as well. It's quite complex. It's epic. There's so much going on here. It's like a little mini drama set to guitars, bass and drums. It's just so exciting. One of my favourite tracks off the album. Coldhearted Woman is next, track 8. This is very countryish with a very obvious distant vocal and violin to give it that feel, but it kind of morphs into this just beautiful song, to be honest. It's a great track. And then we have Walking Through Fire. This is it's autobiographical in a way, very great lyrics. It's classic darkness. If you are a fan of the band from Permission to Land, this song is the closest to that album as its birth mother, if you like. It has that complete feel with the falsetto vocals and everything. It's a great rock song, but lyrically, I think it says a lot to us as rock fans and as listeners and people like me, the position we have, and trying to encourage more people to get out there and buy physical media. Our next long player is coming out soon. I'll be honest, I'm under the moon. We're only doing this because it's fun. Don't even think my mom bought the last one. I can't help falling in love with rock and roll. I can't help falling in love with rock and roll. So I'm walking through fire, living my life on the wire. Hair and makeup, reluctantly, here we go. Waste another precious day shooting yet another shitty video. That no one's ever going to see, least of all me. But I can't help falling in love with rock and roll. We never stopped making hit albums. It's just that no one buys them anymore. Well, this album got to number 2. And I know most people stream. And I know it's only 13.5% of people that buy records and CDs. But those that do, and the new people who are discovering this, it's the way forward. It really is the way forward. And finally, the last track is called Weekend in Rome. This is a ballad. Acoustic, it's soft, lovely vocal, and then there's this spoken section towards the end before it erupts into this cinematic 1960s, 1970s romantic drama film as we move towards the end. So it's a very theatrical end to the album, all contained within 30-odd minutes. I always think that's like the Montrose effect. The perfect 15 minutes aside for the perfect sounding vinyl album. But as I say, the CD has extra tracks from live track versions of this from the tour. But this, as I said, I look now for music that lifts me up, that changes the atmosphere of the room that it's being played in. It makes me feel great. And this is the complete antidote to the news. And I know some of you out there will think, oh, I'm not sure about it. I don't really get the darkness. Listen to this. Use this as your doorway into this band. And I can promise you that Dreams on Toast, you see, even the title will send somebody thinking, Dreams on Toast, rock and roll. But that's why I say I'm a huge fan of the Cats in Space. And I would love the Cats to support Darkness on a European tour or American tour or something. It would go down so well. But this is a great sounding rock album. Brilliant guitar riffs, fantastic rock and roll guitar playing, some stunning performances from Justin vocals, the drums from Rufus, everybody, the whole band. It's a great sounding album. There is not one bad track on it. And the other reason why it's going to remain on my playlist for a long time is because of the light and shade, the diversity, the different flavors and sounds within it. It isn't just one-dimensional stuff. You can see why they're, bands like Queen or think of the thing this year, bands that had so many different styles and they crossed over across genres. This is great that rock and roll is moving forwards and rock bands and guitar-driven music is finding a new audience, and just loved it. So that is out now. And as many of you know, if you've already bought it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. How does it compare with other Darkness albums as from your perspective? And if you've not heard it before, stream it to discover it, then buy a CD or buy an album. It's wonderful. So thank you for watching. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. Please take care, all of you. Please subscribe and support me if you can, if you want to go further and then get access to the Facebook group and the WhatsApp group and interact with lots of like-minded people from around the world. You can also come to our own digital pub called the Now Spinning Arms when you become a patron or YouTube member. We have merch as well. You need a t-shirt, don't you? All you do. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Take care, all of you, and I'll talk to you all very, very soon.